William Ruto is the true son of Daniel Arap Moi. I do not mean by DNA, no, but in everything else, in spirit, in actions, in everything. And I'll give you a lot of comparisons. William Ruto is Moi too. Now, for those of you who are too young to remember, you know, what we felt when Moi was the president, now you have a chance to feel what we felt when Moi was the president. Because what is going to happen in Kenya is what happened during Moi's time. You know, our roads were craters. We didn't have roads. It was like driving on the moon, you know. Actually, when people died of hunger during those days, it was not even news because it was so commonplace, you know. Getting a bank account during Moi's time was like getting a visa to the US. That's how difficult it was. Kibaki is the one who changed these things, Moi Kibaki. And if you spoke against him, you know, there were torture chambers. You know, we forget these things, but since Moi Kibaki became the president in 2002, a lot of these things changed, and Kenyans have forgotten. These people used to loot all the money, and I'll give you comparisons, because facts speaks for themselves between Ruto and Moi. When Moi became the president, for the first time in Kenya, in 1978, people saw a president giving handouts. You know, where do you get this money? You can't give handouts unless you're stealing. Moi was the one who came with the culture of handouts. And it's the same thing, the same way William Ruto have started. Daniel Toroitich came with the Bible. He came holding a Bible. William Ruto also came holding a Bible. Now, you should differentiate between religion and God. I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about religion. People who talk about God in public places every day, they have something to hide. They're hypocrites. It's like a woman who puts on so much makeup. You know, she's hiding something. She's hiding her ugliness, you know, excessive makeup. This issue of refusing to separate church and state is the same way Moi came. When Moi wanted something, if he wanted some land somewhere, he usually got it, you know, just going and grabbing. He would go to Mau Forest and grab. And then he would tell us to pray for hours. The same way Ruto did. When Ruto wanted land, he went to Wilson Airport and grabbed airport land and built a hotel. And now Ruto is telling us to pray. You know, if you want something, you pray for it. There's a parallel between Ruto and Moi. Whenever, and this one is very key, whenever there was an election, whether it was in 97, in 92, or even before, if you were in an opposing party, you know, every time after elections, during Moi's presidency, what we saw were defections. You know, in 1992, after Moi won the presidency with 38% of the vote, actually almost all MPs from Western who are in Fodasili, that is Kenneth Matiba's party, defected. They were given money. We know who gave them money. In 1997, the same thing happened to Ford Kenya MPs. You know, this thing stopped when Kibaki became the president. We saw it. When Uhuru became the president, Uhuru Kenyatta, people did not defect after elections. But now, what did you see after William Ruto became the president? A lot of parties affiliated, MPs from parties affiliated to Azimio defected. Money is being used. Ruto is using the same script that was introduced by Daniel Arap Moi. You know, when Moi was the president, I'm just giving you several parallels to see Ruto actually is Moi number 2. It's the same guy in a different body. Now, when Moi was the president, there was no cases of investigating politicians. You could not investigate a politician. You could not even arrest a politician. But during Kibaki's time, It happened. If you're a politician, you can be taken to jail, you can be arrested, you can be investigated. When Uhuru Kenyatta was the president, you could also be investigated. You know, there was no sacred cows. Maybe there were a few, you know, but the truth is you could be investigated. When Ruto became the president, the first thing they did through Gachagua, because Gachagua, you know, Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president, the first directive that they gave is stop investigating politicians. It was said by Gachagua during the governor's meeting that he presided over at the coast. So from today, you can be sure nobody will ever be investigated as long as Ruto is in power. It's a free for all. It's the hypocrisy of the first order. Ruto came and told us, because this is what Moi used to do. Moi would promise this and give you this, and then come with the Bible and people would be happy. Ruto promised to bring down the cost of living, but the first thing he did was to increase the prices of fuel, increase excise duty, increase the price of electricity, increase everything that affects the people that he calls hustlers. And then what is he doing? He went to State House, he told us to pray. I will be coming with more.